Hello everyone, this is Daaimah, and today we will be talking about slow cooker food safety. I will just share some tips and tricks to make sure that you have a safe experience with your new slow cooker. So, do you know why food safety is important? It is important because we want to make sure that we do not hurt ourselves when cooking and that we do not get sick from the food that we eat. Do you remember the food for thought video about germs that may be in your food? We want to avoid these germs because we do not want to get sick. The first tip for the slow cooker safety is the type of meat that you use. You never want to use frozen meat in the slow cooker. You should only use meat that has been thawed out in the refrigerator. Why do you think it is not good to use frozen meat in the slow cooker? It is because frozen meat takes too long to cook. So even if you cook the meal for the right amount of time, the frozen meat will still not be ready. We know that eating meat that is not cooked makes us sick. So we want to always use meat from the refrigerator and not from the freezer. Also, it is best to use small cups or cubes of meat in the slow cooker and not entire pieces of meat. Do you see the meat in this picture? It needs to be in smaller pieces before we can put it in the slow cooker. Next, you want to make sure that you always follow the recipe for a slow cooker meal. As the slow cooker has a limited amount of space, you do not want to put too much food in the cooker. This will also mess up the cooking time, and you may end up with a meal that is undercooked and not very tasty. You also want to make sure that you cook the meal for the correct amount of time. This is probably one of the most important safety tips that you can follow. When you cook for the right amount of time, you are making sure that the food is cooked all the way through and you avoid getting sick from your food. Another important tip is being safe when taking the lid off the slow cooker. Do you see the steam rising from this cooker? The steam is very hot, so you have to be careful when taking the lid off after you finish cooking. I suggest wearing an oven mitt. This way, you can protect your hands from getting a burn on your skin. Finally, after you have finished cooking your meal, you will need to put the food in the fridge within 2 hours of removing it from the slow cooker. When you remove the food from the slow cooker, it will no longer be kept at a safe temperature. So you want to put it in the fridge to prevent germs from growing on your food. Thank you everyone for listening to this presentation about slow cooker food safety. I hope it was very informative. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.